What's going on, guys? It's Char here, and this is absolutely crazy. Fantasy Flight Games just randomly dropped, probably not randomly, probably the schedule, but they dropped information on their next expansion box, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I'm on their Twitter feed right now. Let's go ahead and watch this video. It says, all agents move out. Introducing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the latest campaign expansion for Marvel Champions, a card game. Join Maria Hill and Nick Fury as they take on the forces of AIM while working to expose the traitor in their midst. This is crazy. So a lot of the predictions that people had, which was the box was going to be Nick Fury and Maria Hill, it seems like it's true. Those are going to be the two new heroes. Let's check out this trailer real quick. This might just be a high quality version of the one from their stream, but I never checked it out on the channel. So here we go, Marvel Champions. I mean, I like the production value, and this is a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Wait, this is crazy. Oh my, okay, there's a couple new cards here, but I'm assuming they're going to be in the article. Radioactive Man, okay. Oh, that's awesome. That card is awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, I haven't been in the space long enough to really react to stuff like this, but I think I joined at a good time because they're doing a lot of really cool promotional things. That video is awesome. We'll watch it again at the end, but we got the article right here. So this is just published just a couple minutes ago. September 26, 2024, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's the first look at the next campaign expansion for the card game. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at this right now. So we see the box art here. This is so clean. Nick Fury in the black and red, and then we have Maria Hill. This is awesome. I mean, it's arguably the two best allies in the game, now being heroes. I just really hope we get info on them. Let's just read through it. Where Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., our jurisdiction is the planet, is from Maria Hill. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Some can fly, some can shoot energy from their hands, and some are just really, really strong. But there are some heroes who don't wear capes. Heroes who stay out of the spotlight, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep the world safe from covert threats. These are the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're proud to announce Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the 8th campaign expansion. The campaign expansion takes us away from the flashy final battles of Avengers-level threats and instead focuses on the efforts of S.H.I.E.L.D. as they combat the forces trying to manipulate the world from the shadows, including a traitor within their own agency. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes with 5 brand new scenarios, just like all their campaign expansions. You play each of these individually or sequentially as a part of the campaign. I'm excited to see the campaign details too, because I do like going through those. This box also kicks off a new wave of playable heroes in the game, beginning with Maria Hill and Nick Fury, both of whom come fully pre-built and ready to play decks from the go. So I'm really curious to see if we get any teasers for the next, the heroes coming out in the wave. Today we're providing a first look at the scenario content for this expansion. We'll go over the heroes in the near future. So without further ado, let's look at the story of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we're not seeing anything about the heroes, I assume, here. Okay. Scrolling down a bit. Oh my goodness. I think that was the teaser. We're spoiling a bit. We'll go through these one by one. We'll be able to click through these cards, so I'm not going to try and read them from here. A plot unfolds. The story of the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. begins with a mystery. A string of inhuman kidnappings has been plaguing the country, and Sarah Garza, a S.H.I.E.L.D. computer specialist, is the latest victim. The dastardly super scientists of AIM are behind the kidnappings, but Maria Hill suspects a rat in S.H.I.E.L.D. The S.H.I.E.L.D. executive board may be involved as well. With that in mind, you and fellow heroes head to the subway tunnel to confront the first obstacles in solving this crisis. Yelena Belova, also known as Black Widow. Okay, so we can read this. So I'm assuming this is the first villain in the box. It says we're going to be focusing on the villains today. So he's a 2-1 stat line, 13 health. Okay, that's very low. Forced interrupt, spy. When a character you control attacks Black Widow, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Okay, ignoring any crisis icons. That's interesting. So we get to thwart when we hit her, but what's the catch? Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Discard the top card of the encounter deck and resolve each preparation ability on that card. Oh, okay, so she doesn't have retaliate, but she does punish players from doing multiple instances of damage. So I assume a lot of her encounters is going to have these preparation cards, which will be kind of nasty because it's like you're just basically flipping encounter cards for hitting her, which is crazy. A skilled swine and lethal assassin. Belova wields a similar array of gadgets and techniques to the heroic Black Widow. When someone attacks Belova, a threat is removed from the main, which seems like a good thing, of course. Instead, we can trigger one of her traps. Each attachment, minion, and treachery in her signature encounters has a preparation effect that can be triggered by her ability. Okay, so it's only the preparation ability on the card. This means that attacking her while they're still on the main scheme... Oh, so you have to remove the threat. Oh, because there's a cost arrow. Okay, so you want the threat to be at 0. Okay, never mind. This isn't as hard as I thought it was, but it might be forced in the level 2 and level 3 of the villain. It might not have the cost arrow where it happens anyways, but we'll see. This means attacking her while there's threats on the main scheme comes at a serious risk. At best, an aim grunt might just dive in the way and take the hit. Instead, at worst, you can find yourself entangled in a stun net or even counterattacked by attack acrobatics. So let me see this. Aim grunt. Oh my gosh. So this is in her encounter set. She has 23 cards. Well, we knew that from the first card. It has guard, but the preparation effect is put this minion into play, engage with you, and resolve the attack. I mean, 5 health guard is just annoying, especially if you're trying to rush down. Let's see, stun net. Attach to your identity. Okay, so we don't need... Well, we can read the card if we get it as an encounter card, and then we'll also read the preparation. So if this is revealed as an encounter, it is attach to your identity, attach character cannot attack, hero action, exhaust the character you control, discard this ability. Okay, so it's any character. This isn't too bad. And then the preparation is after this attack, attach this card to the attacking character. So we still do get to damage her, but we have to rest something in order to remove it. And then we have attack acrobatics. When revealed, if you're in alter ego form, change to hero form, Black Widow attacks you, give her an additional boost card. This is a crazy card. It's not even like the ones where it's like, oh, if you're in alter ego, you get attacked anyway. This literally says... It does give you the chance to block, which is kinder, I guess, maybe than those alter ego ones. But the additional boost card is so nasty. This is a triple boost. Preparation. Prevent all damage from this attack. In expert mode, deal that much damage to the attacking character. That is crazy. You can, like, swinging web kick her. Oh my gosh. And then she flips, attack acrobatics, and you can just take 8. No, that's insane. Fortunately, Black Widow ability only triggers when there's threat for her to remove, which means if you keep the main scheme clear, you should be safe to focus your attack. Okay, so maybe it won't be like that in the expert mode. It seems like there's a pretty clear pattern of you need to get that main scheme down and then you can hit her. But I assume she'll have some things that'll be annoying and, bump the main scheme up. Okay, this looks like villain 2. After taking down Black Widow, your investigation leads to the next AIM Island embassy. Well, you have to sneak in and get intel without raising the alarm too high. Standing in your way is the mercenary Batroc. But unlike most scenarios, simply defeating him won't be enough to achieve your goals. After all, you're here to rescue people, and the scenario's mechanics reflect that. Batroc's hit points don't scale with player count, but defeating him will simply reset him back to maximum, though you do get some free threat removal as a reward. Since Batroc keeps getting back up every time you knock him down, your goal is to instead clear enough threat off the main scheme to advance to the next stage. Do that enough times, you'll rescue enough captives, and you'll win. Okay, so this is similar to... I guess kind of like the Sinister Assault, where the goal was to thwart out the side scheme. But I do want to read the cards here, but I'm going to read the second paragraph first. As you search the embassy for captives to free, you have to contend with the facility's alert level. This starts off low, but every time a character is defeated, including enemy, a bit of threat goes added to it, increasing the pressure and shortening your timeline. Not to mention, all the people you're rescuing are bound to get the attention of embassy security. Naturally, certain cards like Embassy Guard gain additional effects if the alert level is high, which means you're incentivized to move to the embassy as quietly as possible. Thankfully, some minions in the scenario have a new we have a new keyword, vulnerable keyword, which means they get discarded when they would be stunned or confused. Discarded is not the same as defeated, which means you add no threat to the alert level. You'll have to use your skills and your wits to cover your tracks to make it to this tricky situation. Okay, that vulnerable keyword is really interesting. And I think this mechanic sounds really fun. I mean, I have faith in the designers it is. But yeah, this mechanic seems really cool, really fun. And let's read through the cards we are able to here. Okay. So we're on Batroc. This is his stage 1, obviously. So he has 8 hit points. Force response. After Batroc attacks, place 1 threat on alert level. So we'll see that here in a second. So it's every time he attacks. Okay. When Batroc would be defeated... reset his hit points to 8 instead, then remove 6 threat from the main scheme. Okay, I think we'll take a look at the main scheme here. So, main scheme, it pops at 12 per player, infiltrate AIM Island Embassy. It starts off with 6 threat per player, okay. Sneak into the AIM Island Embassy in search of the Adductive Shield Specialist, Sarah Garza. And you come face to face with a mercenary known as Batroc the Leaper. Force Interrupt. When the last threat is removed from the scheme, advance to 2-8, and the players win by advancing. Okay, so this only starts off with 6. You could probably clear this round 1. There's probably reasons that you don't want to. Okay, but like we don't get to see what 2A looks like, which could have some interesting abilities on it as well. Rescued Captive. So we get this 1 thwart, 1 attack, 5 health. Does not count against your ally limit. Card abilities cannot remove this ally from play. Hero action, exhaust rescued captive. Remove 1 per player threat from the main. So I really like this card. It's really interesting. You can use them for the thwart or attack stat. Obviously, you don't want them to die. I'm assuming it's similar to like the Morlock Seed. So you can use their hit points a little bit, maybe even a block if you're feeling crazy, but not much more than that. Okay, this is the alert level. If there is at least 4 per person threat here, remove all threat and flip this card. Force response. After a character is defeated, except by consequential damage, place 1 threat here. Okay, so we can't chump block. It's another punishing chump block card. Hero action, spend 1 resource of any type, remove 1 threat from here. Okay, well this hero action is crazy. I mean, like, this is never going to pop, in my opinion. Like, you can just spend any resource. You can do like a, Quinn Carrier or any resource generators. Okay, I don't think that's ever going to pop. Let's see that Embassy Guard. So it has Guard, Vulnerable. Okay, to be fair, it's sort of similar to the Collector situation where his minions also proc the alert level, so you definitely want to proc this Vulnerable status. The alert level is on high side. This card gains Surge. When defeated, place 1 threat on alert. This is crazy. Oh my goodness, so if we defeat this guard, he puts 2. Okay, never mind. This definitely could pop, but you definitely want to try and avoid it as much as possible. I really wonder what the 2A is going to look like. They didn't share that with us, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. Okay, we have MODOK here, which, he was in the core set as a modular set. He's aerial, cyborg, psionic, but now he's going to be the 3rd villain here for AIM. So let's check this out. After the AIM embassy, your next destination is AIM Island itself, stronghold of the AIM organization. You finally managed to find the missing Sarah Garza, along with their several other inhuman captives that have been locked away. Fortunately, you also run into MODOK, who is none too pleased about you disrupting his plans to use the Inhumans as genetic templates for synthetic adaptoids. Similar to the previous scenario, your primary goal here is to rescue, though how you go about it is very different. You need to free Sarah Garza and the other captive Inhumans from their holding cells before you can take MODOK down. Of course, you'll have to contend with the adaptoids themselves as you do so, and if you let them get too many upgrades, such as a flying upgrade, they'll become unstoppable and you'll lose a scenario. Not to mention all these upgrades that MODOK can give himself, but we'll have to show those off at another time. So it's giving me kind of Zola vibes here. He's going to put out these minions, they're going to get attachments. I mean, also the Retaliate 1 built in on his card is definitely Zola vibe. So it says right here, Force Interrupt. When MODOK would be defeated, if holding cells in play, remove 2 lock counters from it and reset MODOK's hit points to 10 instead. Otherwise, the players win the game. So we do have to remove as it said in the description, we have to remove every person from the holding cells and then deal 10 damage to MODOK and defeat him. I wonder what the B side looks like. He probably has a bit more health, a bit beefier. Let's check out his card. So he's 2-1 right now. Obviously, he's going to have big scheme. He's MODOK. The Retaliate's going to be annoying for small damage. So this is Sarah Garza. This is who we're trying to rescue. Inhuman Rescued Shield. Does not count against your ally limits, giving like Hope Summer kind of vibes. Her attack scene, overkill, and range. That's crazy. After this card, Force Response. After this card leaves play, flip it and place it on the bottom of the holding cell deck. Okay, so she actually can be defeated through effect. Flying Inhuman. Aerial Inhuman rescued. 2 threat, 1 attack, 5 health. Does not count against your ally limit. After this ally thwarts, remove 1 threat from another scheme. Okay, that's pretty good. I do like that. Force Response after he leaves play, he puts back in the holding cell. Let's read holding cell. Environment, it comes into play with 2 per person lock counters. Force Interrupt. When the last lock counter is removed from here, flip this card and put Sarah Garza into play under any player's control. Pure action, spend a wild resource or 3 resources of any type, remove 1 lock counter from here. That is crazy. So it specifically wants wilds. Domino's going to obviously go through this crazy. Anyone with a wild resource generator like, Doctor Strange, Yamamoto, the Gem from Vision, anyone that has a built-in wild resource generator is going to have an easy time with this. Other heroes, 3 resources of any type, it's pretty tough. A Quinn Carrier would go a long way here. But obviously you want to remove Sarah Garza. I wonder how you get the other Inhumans out. So you'll need to free Sarah Garza and the other captive Inhumans from their holding cells. So maybe this isn't the only one. It just says when the last lock counter is removed, flip this card and put Sarah Garza into play. So I think that is such a big boost. I mean, 2 attack, 2 thwart, overkill, range. Like, this is such a big boost as soon as you remove those counters. But let's see. And then when they get defeated, they go back in the holding cell, which I do like because sometimes you do need the block and things like that. So it's interesting. Let's look at the adaptoid here. One scheme, 1 attack. Check adaptoid environments for modifiers. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he's definitely going to have environment cards that are going to come into play, maybe surge, replace themselves for these adaptoids. When defeated, remove 1 all-purpose counter from an environment. Okay, I hope we get to see an environment here. Maybe if we defeat enough of these, environments will go away completely. Boost. After the activation, shuffle the adaptoid into the encounter deck. Okay. Flying upgrade environment. Oh, okay, so here we go. So MODOK is taking the traits from these Inhumans and giving them to the Adaptoids. I think that's what it said. So each Adaptoid gets +1 scheme, gains Insight 1, and the Aerial trait. That is crazy. And then we don't get to see any other... we don't get to see basically any other of the upgrades, but wow, this is... Multiple of these environments can be put into play. They fly now, they fly now. Each Adaptoid gets +1 scheme, gains Insight 1, and the Aerial. The Insight is crazy. In the Aerial trait. Okay, cool. Here we go. Fourth villain in the set, we have a Thundering Conspiracy. After freeing the captive Inhumans, you return to DC for some well-deserved rest. Unfortunately, the mole and the executive board has made their move, marking you as rogue agents. You must now face off against a group of superpowered foes sent to arrest you. The Thunderbolts, led by Citizen 5. So, Maria Hill and Nick Fury are seen as rogue agents, so we have to fight the Thunderbolts. I know we are getting, we're getting like a new, what's it called? The Thunderbolts movie coming out, and they're like kind of like anti-hero. They're heroes, but they're like villains, certain heroes. So I wonder if the lore behind this is that these are heroes, quote unquote, trying to stop us. It's interesting. While not technically a multi-villain scenario, the Thunderbolts absolutely take you on as a team. During setup, you choose a number of Thunderbolt-themed modular sets equal to your player count +1, and each of those encounter sets come with an elite Thunderbolt minion that you have to contend with before you take on Citizen 5 himself. Wow, this is crazy. Look at these hit points. 16, 16, 16, 18. That is crazy. Not only does the main scheme apprehend rogue agents, give each Thunderbolt minion a guard, but Citizen 5 also cannot be defeated until you get enough of his cronies in the victory display, and they all have victory on them in Villainous. Thunderbolt scenario is a great turning point in the narrative of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign, but it's also one of the most replayable scenarios. The box comes with 6 different modular sets. I love that. We love the modular sets. We get to mix up different scenarios. Featuring the Thunderbolts that you can use for this scenario as well as other scenarios, but future Marvel Champion products may come with more sets that can be slotted in. Any modular set that features an elite Thunderbolt minion can qualify for this scenario, allowing for all sorts of customization and ensuring that no two face-offs against this team are alike. That is really cool. This already, from what it sounds like the best scenario of the box. Just for the pure replayability and the fact they are promising more support for the Thunderbolt minions and to make this even more replayable in the future. By now, you'll be wondering who the villain for the 5th and final scenario for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is. Unfortunately, that information has been redacted. You'll just have to wait and see who it'll be. I am not too familiar with the comics. I don't know the storyline for the S.H.I.E.L.D. and things like that. So I personally could not tell you. I don't have a prediction for this, but let's go ahead and check out these cards real quick. That's something I can evaluate, at least a little bit. So here we go. Thunderbolt Citizen 5, we're on the A side. He's 12 per player health. This design is really funny. He's pure America. 2 scheme, 2 attack. He cannot be defeated unless there are at least 1 per player Thunderbolt minion in the victory display. Okay? Force Interrupt. When Citizen 5 would activate against you during step 2 of the villain phase, if you're engaged with Thunderbolt minion, Citizen 5 does not activate and heals 4 damage instead. Okay, so people, I guess maybe they're trying to get away from like splitting the damage evenly on the minion and him so that you can defeat them both at one time and not have to deal with a certain effect, is what I'm thinking. So he just heals, and then we're basically dealing with his crony before we deal with him. As it said, apprehending rogue agents. So it starts with 1 per player threat. It pops at 11 threat on the main. And what do we have here? We can do this the easy way or the fun way. Citizen 5. Each Thunderbolt minion gains guard. Okay. Forced response. After a player attacks a Thunderbolt minion, that minion engages that player. Interesting. This seems like crazy for Thor. Whenever I see a minion engaging somebody else, you're telling me like Thor can attack ready. Like he'll be drawing some cards, man. After a player attacks a Thunderbolt minion, so let's say like there's multiple Thunderbolt minions, I assume in multiplayer on the board. If you attack one of them, then you're getting like multiple activations against you, which is crazy. I wonder how that works with this. So it says when Citizen 5 would activate against you during step 2, if you're engaged with a Thunderbolt minion, he does not activate instead. Okay, so there's definitely some ways you can metagame this a bit. It seems like if there's multiple Thunderbolt minions on the table and you're playing in multiplayer, unless I'm wrong about this, I think you can attack someone else's minion, have them engage you, and then when Citizen 5 would activate against you, he actually just does his normal activation. So he'll swing on you with 2 scheme or 2 attack. He won't actually heal. That is how I'm reading it. I'm not sure if that's actually how it works, but let's go to the next. Thunderbolt backup. The minion attached here is in play and can be targeted by attacks and abilities. Force interrupt. When the round ends, oh, this is environment, okay. When the round ends, attach the Thunderbolt minion with the most damage here, swapping it with the minion already attached here. Heal 1 per player damage from the attached minion. In expert mode, heal 1 per player additional damage from that minion and give it a tough. Okay, wait. So when the round ends, we're talking at the end of the villain phase. Attach the Thunderbolt minion here with the most damage, and it swaps it with the minion that's already there. So they like swap in and out in terms of who's fighting who. So let's say we have someone with 4 damage, and I'm playing in 2-player, and then it swaps out. They go in there with 4 damage, and then swaps out with the other one already there. You heal 1 damage. So he heals by 2. So instead of having 4 damage on it, it'll have 2. If it's an expert, it'll heal to full and get a tough, and then the other one comes out to kind of attack us. So you kind of want to try and burst them in one turn. There's a lot of healing, it seems like. And then I think these are campaign cards. I'm not sure. We'll get to these in a second. Exposing the mole. Okay, this stuff looks really interesting. I love the campaigns. This looks like they're doing something new, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's read it. Exposing the mole. While we can't share who the final villain is, we can share an important element of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign leading up to the scenario, finding the traitor. As we've mentioned, there's a mole in the S.H.I.E.L.D. executive board, and it's your job to expose them. To do that, we have to utilize evidence cards that you'll collect over the course of the campaign, which represents the means, motive, and opportunity the mole had to sabotage your efforts. At the beginning of the campaign, 1 card from each category is tucked into a special AIM envelope, and the combination of symbols of these cards if those cards will reveal the identity of the traitor. You'll have to use your power of deduction to expose the mole when the time is right, but you must tread carefully. If you alienate the board before you have a chance to present your case, it'll only make your life harder. This seems really interesting. Okay, let me see if I can read this evidence card. Wiretap. Set up. Each player may add 1 secret counter to a board member environment to search their collection for a different Justice Ally and shuffle it into their deck. Each player may add 1 threat to the main scheme to search their deck for a Justice Ally and add it to their hand. So we have these different icons for their means, their motives, and their opportunity. And let's read some of these Chief Tactical Officer cards. Is this one of them that we can read kind of closer here? Okay, yeah, let's read this. Setup. If there are 4 more secret counters here, 3 or more in extra mode, flip this card. Spend double punch resource to remove 1 secret counter here, then deal 2 damage from an enemy. I guess we want to keep these counters down. Tactical Officer's Aid. Okay, so this is when we find the mole, I think. It flips over, attach the villain permanent. After a secret counter is placed here, deal 2 damage to a friendly character. If there are 3 board member attachments in play, the players lose the game. So I guess these members turn against us if there's too many secret counters on them. This one is double lightning, double science, and double fist. Okay, it's interesting. Each member of the executive board is represented by their own double-sided card, which are always present during the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign. Okay, certain scenario or campaign effects can add secret counters to a board member, representing the subtle manipulations of both AIM and the traitor as they try to turn the board against you. If there are too many secret counters that accumulate on a board member, their cards flips to the attachment side, in which they become a permanent buff to the villain. It'll be 4 secret counters with 3 in expert. And then they would become attachments that increase the villain attack or can deal damage to you and your allies. If the 3 board members turn against you, you instantly lose the game. So you'll have to convince them that you aren't the bad guys here. This art looks so clean, man. Agents of Justice, as I mentioned earlier, today's focus is on the scenario content from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In the coming weeks, we'll preview the 2 heroes that come in the box, Maria Hill and Nick Fury. This art is so clean. I cannot wait. Everything Marvel Champions I'm excited for. This is so cool. So cool. So Maria Hill comes with the pre-bid leadership. That is crazy. We assumed it would be Nick Fury with the leadership, and her playstyle revolves around her unique position as the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Meanwhile, Nick Fury is a master of mitigating threat, packaging a pre-built Justice along with a specialized stealth suit that lets him pull off some impressive stunts. While neither of these heroes possess any flashy superpowers, that certainly doesn't make them any less potent as protectors of the Earth. So we are on Justice and leadership here. That is crazy. Ton of fun. Of course, as with every Marvel Champions campaign expansion, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. heralds a new beginning for a new wave of hero packs. So we have 4. People were talking about, as I've gotten into the game, I've only experienced 4 hero pack waves. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be like from now on. It used to be 6 in the past, or 6 in some ways, but 4 is good. This wave has 4 hero packs, featuring a mixture of S.H.I.E.L.D. members and a couple of surprises. As always, we'll reveal them in time, but for now, here's a sneak peek of what's to come. Okay, so I'm gonna make some predictions here. Is this a cat? in the background of this character on the right. I have okay, someone who has better Marvel Comics knowledge than me will understand what these characters are. For the time being, I can only like guess on what they've given. A lot of people were assuming Winter Soldier is going to be in this. Now, do any of these really look like Winter Soldier? The second one, maybe with the long hair, but the arm's pretty thin. It looks like they're wearing like a dress of some sort, or a long top. So I'm not too sure on that one. I mean, this third one looks pretty solid, like a guy frame. I mean, this one could definitely be him. This looks like Shuri for sure on the far left. I'm seeing like the way her hair is styled, the braids here in the back, the earring. I'm almost 100% this is Shuri, which is really exciting because we're getting Wakanda support. We're getting support for Black Panther. He's a core box hero. Maybe there's a new team up card there with Shuri and T'Challa. That is really exciting. I'm 1000% sure that's Shuri. These other ones I have no idea. What Marvel hero has a cat in her backpack? You're gonna have to let me know. Wow, this is really exciting. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Dive into a campaign full of thrills and intrigue as the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. scramble to expose the traitor in their midst before it's too late. Can you defeat the threat that comes from within? Take on the forces of AIM with the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it arrives in February of 2025. That is so awesome. I'm so excited for this. This clue type, figuring out the mole thing seems really fun, especially playing with some friends. Let's go ahead and watch that trailer again, see if there's anything we missed, and close it out for today. This is so cool, man. I don't know what else to say. Ton of fun, really cool. Get the AIM, those soldiers, Nick Fury and Maria Hill. Oh my gosh, the art is so clean. Okay, so I guess I could have tried to read some of these, but we get a better look here. So let's look at two of the Thunderbolts here. Villainous Victory 1, 1 scheme to attack. Okay, the stats aren't that bad. Each character without the aerial trait cannot make a basic defense against Mach 4's attack. It's pretty cool. So he's in the Supersonic set, and now we have Moonstone, 2 scheme to attack. Villainous. After Moonstone attacks, activates give her a tough stance. This seems so annoying. Oh my goodness, that is really annoying. Okay. Oh, we have the other two here. Okay, we got it right before it closed off on us. So we have Songbird, 0 scheme, 0 attack, Aerial Elite Thunderbolt. So we see 4 out of the 6. I think they said there's 6 Thunderbolts in here. When Songbird activates, give her 1 additional boost card for this activation. So she's kind of like Claw. She gets 2 double boosts, but she's at a 0. And then Radioactive Man, classic Claw card. Villainous Victory 1. After Radioactive Man activates against you, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Power of the Atom, and then Hard Sound, 1 and 2. Yeah, this is really good for clearing out allies on the board. I think his Masters of Evil minion discarded cards from you. I'm glad he doesn't do that. I'll say that. Yeah, taking damage is cool. Oh wait, is there anything we can glean from the box turnaround? Wait, can we see the final villain here? No, wait, who is that? Oh my gosh, it's that. It's actually there. Who is this final villain? Oh my gosh, it's literally on the box. They're like, we're not going to show you guys, but they did. I mean, it's literally there. I just don't know who this is. So someone who's more knowledgeable than I am can definitely figure out who this final villain is. Because, yeah, that's Citizen 5. It's Black Widow. I forgot his name. MODOK, Citizen 5, and then that's the final boss. So I wonder if someone can parse who that is. Someone already definitely knows. Check out the other creators' reaction to this. It's a ton of fun. Man, I cannot wait for this. February cannot come soon enough. But I really, really hope you guys enjoyed that reaction breakdown. Just really excited as a player, as a content creator. There's a lot of cool stuff coming. The Thunderbolt scenario looks a ton of fun. But thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. We're going to have another weekly challenge coming out this week. We're doing 3 uploads after not uploading for 2 weeks. It's going to be kind of crazy, but thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Leave a comment down below what hero you're most excited for. If you guessed any of the silhouettes, Nick Fury, Maria Hill, what scenario, so much stuff. Let me know down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.